Hello everybody, my name is Aceface. I'm trying to explore an activity in EVE Online called doing the minor conduits. In minor conduits sites, they used to exist a long time ago with the Triglavian Invasion, and these are pretty high level PvE sites, pretty difficult to do. You can find a lot of NPCs spawning in there, a lot of Triglavians basically. You warp to them like an anomaly. You could find them in high sec in the Triglavian Invasion systems. When the Triglavian Invasion was over, as far as I understood, they stopped existing, but I did actually, quite like half a year ago, find and encounter some of these sites when I was using a golem actually in the system of, I think it was Kulelen. We can check here. You can see here, this video I had a system of Kulelen. It's hard to see here in the quality of this video for some reason is really bad, but Kulelen was the system I had as minor conduit, and there was tons of NPCs. I wanted to find more of these. Not really sure how you can find them. If you guys know, let me know in the comments down below. But I'm pretty sure that you can find these in Triglavian minor victory systems, as far as I understand, because that was Kulelen was a Triglavian minor victory system, so it makes sense that you will be able to find it there. So what I was thinking of doing is that I've made a route here to all the different Triglavian minor victory systems that are in Caldari space, and then we're going to take a look to see if we can find some of these, if it's possible, or what my theory is that it is right, that the case that they could possibly be in these Triglavian minor victory systems. But I think they could also actually even be in the Incom minor victories. That's also something I think that is possible. We can go here and just continue on our route here. But the thing that I think is so cool about these is that they're pretty difficult. And they're sort of equivalent of the very, very high level Triglavian hunting waves that you encounter in these Triglavian wormhole systems, because I think that is pretty fun when you're using the golem. And unfortunately I died previously to that because of silly me, like the internet, so that's still how I died. Otherwise it seemed like I was just about able to handle it. Oh, look at that. Speaking of Triglavians, we see some straight away in a new Caldari. I might actually do it sometime with the golem. I think there's something that I ought to do, because the golem was really efficient at doing it, and those really high tier Triglavian waves can be quite fun to do, especially if there's other players nearby. We would need to swap out our clone though, because I've got the high grade Nirvana clone, which is good for the shield buffer ships. But the thing is, we need high grade crystals with the golem to be able to get really good shield boosting capabilities. Let's go to Puanen. Look at all these home front operations. I heard that they got nerfed actually. Never really tried them out. I should do that. This Malediction is really great for going from system to system really fast. It aligns really fast and also warps really fast in terms of its warp speed. So it's optimal for doing these kinds of quick traveling here through high sec. So we'll check here in the first Triglavian minor victory system in Naya, see if there's anything over there. And I think the Triglavian minor victory systems, the history behind them is that during the Triglavian invasion, these were then the systems that were not fully converted to a Triglavian system, but they were beaten by the Triglavians. So that's why they're sort of considered minor victory systems. Osborne is a system that we're going to approach right now. It's a system I used to do missioning a long time ago, because it's one of the closest L4 mission agents for Sisters of Eve to Jita, so I would actually do missioning in the system quite a lot. You see here in the Sisters of Eve bureau here, you can do L4 missions there. And Sisters of Eve is a pretty reliable corporation to do L4 missions for, just because of the pretty consistently high LP prices. Okay, let's check in the system of Inaya. Okay, so we can see that we've got the Stellar Fleet deployment. We do not see any Triglavian minor victory systems, unfortunately. We see these Rasnabogs here. Not much we can do. Stellar Fleet deployment, I believe, is a kind of co-op activity with the cruisers, if I recall correctly. Yeah, you see max ship size T1 cruisers below. And these are sized to spawn every 5 hours in the minor victory systems. Okay, we're in the system of Vajayta, and there doesn't seem to be any minor victories here, so we're going to have to continue on. Seems like we've got some from the Stellar Fleet deployment, but nothing else. Let's go into the system of Piakura, see if there's anything here. That's the next system on the list. Piakura seems to be pretty clear as well. Go to the following systems here, but it doesn't seem to be too... The search for minor conduits doesn't seem to be looking too bright. Let's see, now we've got... Oh, look at that. We've got some more sites here. We've got emerging conduits. Okay, look at that. An emerging conduit, and then we've also got some random... Well, they've got also Zoria's Drekavac here. Some roaming systems here. That's pretty cool. Look at that. We've got roaming fleets that are a little bit... They're not like the typical ones that I usually see. And then we've also got emerging conduits as well. Well, emerging conduits are those easy PvE sites that you used to be able to encounter with those like randomly generated emerging conduits during the Triglavian Invasion. They were pretty easy. That's interesting how we're able to see that. Kulelen. Maybe it's just the case that you can usually find an emerging conduit in Litiura, because I think that I'm quite sure about this, but I've been in the system of specifically Litiura before, and I have actually encountered an emerging conduit there. Noni, nothing here. Okay, but I think I have been there. So the Kulelen system was the one that had the minor conduit, which we had on that video. So we'll see maybe if there's something going on over there, because that could be very interesting if that's the case. We could also take a look at the Ezekiel, see if there's stuff going on as well, because it could be that maybe if we see a lot of people dying there, then that means there's a minor conduit usually in Kulelen. But then again, I was in Kulelen not so long ago, and I didn't see anything there when I was Triglavian hunting there. It's interesting to see the emerging conduit. It'll be cool to do it again. I've not done those for years. I think it was 2020 or 2019 even, which I did them back in. Yeah, it was 2019 autumn that I did them a lot. I was using a Vindicator even to farm those pretty fast. I warped in there really close, and then I just wrecked everything up close with the Vindicator with good blasters. Okay, let's check out the system of Kulelen. See what is going on here. If it is still here, then that must mean that there's like certain fixed systems that can have these sites, like emerging conduit or minor conduit. Okay, these are like the old sites that used to exist a long time ago, the Triglavian Invasion, so I don't really understand why they still exist, at least the emerging conduit. The minor conduit that I encountered in Kulelen before seemed to be a bit different. Okay, there doesn't seem to be anything at all here. Okay, so never mind about that. I wish emerging conduits still existed because they were so chill. Like, they're pretty easy to do, but at the same time, they're not. There were sites that they still required something. They required you to have like a battleship with decent tank. Like, you couldn't just go in with no tank at all, otherwise you would die. And you need to have some tracking. But I thought that they were really cool, just chill sites to do, which anyone could warp to. People always competed over the boss, and you could do those with your friends as well. And there were a lot of them. A lot of them existed, so you usually were able to get a pretty decent amount of ISK from them as well. Okay, so Oshima, what about here? Stellar Fleet deployment. Okay, this doesn't seem to really be much going on in terms of minor conduits. We found emerging conduit, but it doesn't seem to be pretty quiet in terms of these weird Triglavian sites in the Triglavian minor victory systems. Maybe they could exist in the Edencore minor victory systems. I'm not sure. Let me know in the comments down below. We have to maybe do some more investigation into this to be able to find that minor conduit, because I'd really want to find it. I need to get revenge for my golem. So that's me exploring, searching for the minor conduits. Unfortunately, we failed. We looked at all the Triglavian minor victory systems in the Caldari region and didn't really find much apart from an emerging conduit. So we'll see. We'll see if we can find more information somewhere else. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, please leave a like and subscribe. I'll catch you guys later.